Hey, it has been some time that I have not shown up here. Um, and I believe that is related with the topic of today. I would like to talk about improvising. And there's so many little insects. um, Improvising. Since my last video here, I have been doing so many things, and it actually um, have been creating so many results from things that I have been doing. For example, I'm an artist, I'm a visual artist, I'm Brazilian visual artist, currently based in Europe. I have been in the region that I am right now since last year, September, and this time I believe it was the most, because it was my third time moving on Europe between countries and cities. But this time I believe that it was the best one, like in terms of how secure and how clear I feel about what I need to do. Because since I arrived, I started making connections, I discovered people from the region. I have been creating those contacts and showing up and keeping doing what I need to do as an artist. Which is part of my work in my profession. So if you go at some videos before this one, I think I'll take my... I'm thinking about doing a surgery and stopping using glasses. So in this way, maybe you can get used to it. But what I was talking about, if you go some videos before this one, you gonna find videos like last year videos where I was applying to open calls as an artist. I was applying to residencies and to grants. Not as much, but I applied for like 3 open calls that was really aligned with my practice, which is ecology. I work with ecology, nature, social and cultural issues in art, contemporary art. And since there, like at this moment, I was really stressed, kind of, about not being selected for those open calls, for example. And after that, like, I met an artist, a Brazilian artist, which is like an inspiration for me, because he made it to create a path, a very successful path in art as a profession. And he told me that when he was in the beginning, he used to apply to all the open calls, and of course he got a lot of no's, and he said that we should just keep doing, and you receive a no and you say okay, and you make the next one. And with this advice it came many other advice, and not only about the open calls, but I have been very like focused. I think I got into a mindset in a modus of know what I need to do. I know that I need to keep applying to open calls, keep producing my artworks, keep improving the way that I present and I talk about my artwork, keep improving my portfolio, getting to know people, creating relationships with the institutions around me, uh, participate in events that I can. Um, being In Portuguese, we have a very good expression which is cara de pau, which means literally like face of wood, kind of, which is a very hard face. And cara de pau, it is someone that um, is not afraid of just going there and being direct and doing what most of people would be ashamed of. So I'm keep being cara de pau, which is just like seeing the opportunities and going ahead and creating the opportunities and contacting people, and being open to receive no's. And since I started doing that, many things happened. Um, and I feel that things are starting to work very well as an artist because I'm in the movement of doing it. And because of that, I'm away from YouTube for the moment. I was away from YouTube for the moment, but I also realized that something that I always knew before, but I think I never applied as much as I'm doing right now, which is the power of just doing something, even if you don't feel prepared to do, and just doing things with less weight and less pressure in myself, and trying to deal with the situations of life as normal things. So, for example, I did recently I think two calls with curators about my artwork, people that I contacted, and those contacts, and after those video calls where we just met and talked about my art practice, became opportunities. And some years ago, I would be very afraid of doing those video calls and like thinking what they are going to think about me, if I'm going to say something wrong, if I need to be professional, I need to look professional, how I'm going to present myself, blah 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 blah, and being so insecure about it. And like I'm still strategical, and I'm still sometimes nervous, but I think I'm right now managing very well these fears that I have. So I got into a modus of doing those things as they are normal, which is just like, okay, I will not occupy my head for 24 hours before this meeting, being nervous and preparing everything and worrying about, and being insecure and thinking what could be possibly go wrong or what could I say it and everything. I would just prepare before, like, and I takes a little time for preparing, But I'm preparing less and less for those things. But like preparing and preparing what I think it is important to do, just to give me a basis, so I also feel like that I have a direction. But then I prepare the way that I can, and I go there and I improvise. And improvising, I think, is a very mature, like a very wise strategy. It's a very wise practice too, because I think I said that before here. It's also part of the book, how to give, in Portuguese is como ligar o foda-se, but I think it's like how to give a shit to things, something like that. And anyway, this book, but also my knowledge, like my reflections, and what I believe is that when we are, and also like hearing older people, what I believe is that when we are young, we are nervous about so many things, and when we get older, we just don't give a shit, and and things become way less important, and we just know that everything is gonna be alright anyway, and that we are gonna find a way. And I believe this is a very important thing for living life. But not only living life, but keep doing what we need to do, which is improvising. Because improvising also, like, philosophically means not learning by heart like a script, and being open for the present, and how should you respond to the inputs of the present and of the context that you are. So this is actually more accurate, is a actually more accurate way of dealing with things, if you understand me. And why did I want to do this video right now? Because actually I would like to restart doing those videos here, because I have a lot of footage of cinematic videos, of vlogs videos, and I love them also, and I would love to edit them and post it here, but I believe that I could also just keep improvising here. And I just thought about that because tomorrow I will do tomorrow I will be doing like a presentation. It is like a defense. I think this is the term in English, like the defense of my internship report, because I'm doing a master, and in this master we need to do a internship, and in the internship we need to do a report, and then we need to defend it, and it is like 15 minutes talking about it, and then 15 minutes just answering. And tomorrow I'm going to Brazil, like, and tomorrow is also the defense. Like 9 is the defense, 10 I'm going to the station to take a bus to Frankfurt to take the flight to Brazil. And before that, like 2 days ago, I was in another city of Switzerland after Zurich doing a speech and a talk, giving a talk about my artwork and my art practice and project with agroecology. And 1 week before, I was like going in all the events of Art Basel. And just today, I had a visit of someone that wants to sublet my apartment during the time that I'm in Brazil. So I couldn't prepare myself to this defense. And actually, I chose to not prepare. Like 1 month ago, when I did the report, I said to myself, I'm not going to prepare. I don't give a shit. I'm doing whatever. I just want to pass. And this is very different for me because in my bachelor I was a nerd. Like, I'm still a nerd, but in my bachelor I finished my bachelor with a 9.5 out of 10. I have a how they say that in English? Like, with my Portuguese accent, I say a summa cum laude, which is like the highest, diploma, the highest note that I could have, like the highest uh, honor diploma that I could have in the university. And because of that, I created like a trauma habit cycle of trying to be perfect in everything. But during this master, at the beginning, I was just like that too, and I'm still sometimes like triggered by the fact that I don't have a great grade. But I decided that what I'm doing in my artistic work, in my professional work, in my life is way more important than having a 10. So I just decided improvising, as I'm doing with everything. And I think this is just great, because in the moment that you decide that you are going to improvise and everything is going to be okay, you become so more light. You become lighter. Things are so soft also. Life becomes easier in a way because you don't put as much importance in things. Like, you know they are important and that you need to do, and you do it. And of course you get nervous, as I said, but you just trust yourself that you're gonna make it and that things are going to be alright. Yeah. And what it is funny is that my internship report is actually about this YouTube channel. And also that's why I came here to make this YouTube video, because I said, like, I started posting about my reflections, like just coming here and talking, because this is also a way of improvising and also a way of making it easier, something that I have so much desire to do since so long ago, and just doing it. Even if I would love to edit my footage and make cinematic vlogs for you and etc. I think I should also start editing my cinematic videos in improvising mode and being like less worried about. But meanwhile, I would love just to come here and keep talking about things that I have insights, as the fact that improvising changed my life. Yes. Now I'm going to sleep. I need to sleep. Tomorrow it is a long day. Wish me luck for my defense and see you next time. See you in the next video maybe. There is a Moshka flying around. I think I will put here a video that maybe would be connected with what we are talking about. If you want just to, I can put the video actually where what it was. It was about doing the open calls and just keep doing. I think this is also a good video.